Kiharu, Member of Parliament and Chair of the Finance and Budget Committee, decided that he would not continue keeping silent about what William Ruto's spokesperson had imposed on Kenyans during a Supreme Court 12th year anniversary celebrations. So Mr. Ndindi Nyoro suspended fear and decided to say this.
I should not be coming here as budget chair to convince Kenyans how the economy is growing. It is the Kenyan people who should be telling me the economy is growing. And therefore that calls upon us, all of us in this hall, that all the policies that we make must advance an egalitarian society, must promote equality and equity, so that even as the economy grows, it should not be growing in such a forum. It should be growing in the pockets of the Kenyan people, and I think that is a component of making sure our resources are well distributed.
This is a direct confrontation with President William Ruto, who, through the government spokesperson, delivered a 4-page statement titled Low Cost of Living. The statement's intention was to compel Kenyans to believe that the cost of living has greatly reduced under Ruto's leadership. In my opinion, though, I think chema chajiuza kibaya chajitembeza. Because why would the government struggle to prove to the nation that gharama ya maisha imeenda chini? If the cost of living has indeed gone down, then the government should not struggle to write a 4-page composition to prove it. If it takes a written submission to prove a reduction in the cost of living, then the economy has ideally gotten worse. You may not realize it, but believe me, Ndindi Nyoro's remarks were a lecture to President William Ruto, who is at the helm of Kenya's leadership. The second story of the day is a video recorded in Ruiru, which has been doing rounds on social media. Local residents at Kwakairo area in Ruiru reportedly clashed with foreigners. Take a look. I'm not so sure what kind of foreigners they were, but there are reports that they could be Burundians who come to Kenya and offer cheap labor, and this destroys the job market for the locals. In fact, it is said that 10 of such men can stay in a single room in order to reduce housing expenses and at the same time sustain themselves with the little pay that they get from casual employment. Much as I do not like what these foreigners might be doing, personally I feel a literal chase on them is not right. Players must be allowed to compete freely in a free market economy. Anyway, you let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. The third and final issue that I want us to look into is the massive looting and thievery that is being experienced in our county governments. I'm so saddened to report to you that from the Auditor General's report, millions of shillings were squandered by members of the County Assembly of Elgeyo Marakwet in what they referred to as a benchmarking at the East African Legislative Assembly in Tanzania. In fact, a senior Kakamega County Executive Committee member went to Washington to attend what he called a Luya community meeting at a cost of 1.3 million shillings. 6 members of the County Assembly from Baringo also went to Singapore to be taught how to make decisions at a cost of 4.9 million shillings. I want you to watch this tape and let me know what you think about this in the comments section below.
In September 2023, 47 members of the Elgeyo Marakwet County Assembly traveled to the East African Legislative Assembly in Arusha, Tanzania, at a cost of 16.6 million shillings. Purpose of the visit? To benchmark, I suppose, on best practices of legislation. In less than a week, each of the travelers cost the people of Elgeyo Marakwet some 354,000 shillings. A year later, what has been the impact of that visit? And is the Parliament of Kenya so bad that MCAs cannot travel to Nairobi to benchmark? And staying in the same county, a member of the County Assembly traveled to Dubai to attend training on, hear this, building smart cities at the cost of 1.6 million shillings. A year later, what has been the impact of smart cities training in the cities, towns and villages of Elgeyo Marakwet? You see, between July 2023 and June 2024, county governments and county assemblies made up to 115 visits to Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, each trip taking between 1 and 10 officials. There were nearly 30 trips to the US made by varying numbers of county officials. And there was an interesting one. A member of the Kakamega County Executive Committee traveled to Seattle, the capital of the Washington state in the US. What for, you may ask? Wait for it. To attend, quote, the lawyer community official meeting. I mean it. I read it in the controller's report. To attend a lawyer meeting in Washington at a cost of 1.35 million shillings. Well, I appreciate that communities can be global, but really? One person to the US to attend an official meeting of a community that is largely domiciled in their home county and country? Another 6 MCAs from Baringo went to Singapore at the cost of 4.9 million shillings, spending a week being taught on adaptable leadership and decision-making workshop. Indeed, very important skills for any leader in a fast-evolving world where poverty threatens to deny children education and access to basic services. And we also learn that at least 15 legislators traveled to Istanbul, Turkey, for a 2-day course. The title was Mastering People Management and Team Leadership. Now, the last day of the course was dedicated to personal effectiveness, time management, and delegation.
These shocking reports have made me extremely mad, and I've come to the conclusion that our country does not lack resources. Rather, it is the politicians who squander the taxpayers' money. Ladies and gentlemen, do express your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you when I upload fresh content such as this. Cheers.